seasoning is done to protect bare cast iron from rust and to create a non-stick surface using oil. I will show you how I season my cast iron skillet using a mild soap, the tough side of a sponge, and some high smoke point oil, either grapeseed, flaxseed, or in my case, canola oil. First, you will need to scrub your skillet with a green scrubbing sponge and soap. Yes, soap. It is okay to use a mild soap when cleaning a cast iron skillet before seasoning it, as long as it is rinsed well afterwards. When cast iron skillets are made, they are molded in one piece, so it is important to scrub the inside of the pan, all around the pan, and the handle of the pan. As you can see, I am doing my best to scrub down the whole surface of the skillet. This ensures the removal of the rusted residue, which will make the seasoning process more successful. And now that I'm satisfied with my scrubbing, I thoroughly rinse the skillet using hot water, making sure to remove all of the soap from the skillet. Then I pat it dry with a towel and finish drying it off completely on the stovetop, after which I will be ready to season my skillet. Now that my skillet is all cleaned up, we can begin our seasoning by adding some oil onto the skillet and rubbing it all over the pan using some tough paper towel. Remember, we are dealing with a rough surface, so you want to make sure your paper towel does not shred throughout the skillet. Thorough seasoning like so is ideally a one-time process done upon purchasing a cast iron, but it can also be done to restore a rusted cast iron like mine. Just as we scrubbed it all around with the soap, we want to rub the oil all over the skillet so that it may penetrate all the pores and fill them up for a cohesive, smooth surface. Once the pan is thoroughly covered in oil, be sure to wipe off all excess oil using a dry paper towel so to not end up with a super sticky pan. Here I'm just showing you how I wipe down the excess oil, and you want to make sure that you do that on the whole skillet. From there, it is ready to go into the oven upside down and lined with aluminum foil to catch drips at about 450 to 500 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. This will take the oil past its smoking point and bind it with the cast iron, which will give the cast iron that smooth shine. Remember to air your home. After an hour, let it cool completely in the oven, and after that it is ready for use. After any use, in order to prevent further rusting, scrub your warm pan with salt and a bit of hot water to remove any stuck-on food. Rinse it thoroughly and wipe off any excess water, then dry it back on the stovetop. Once completely dry, add some oil in the pan and rub it on the inside of your skillet. Then either put it back on the stove and let it smoke up the house like I did, or put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 minutes and let it cool before storing it in a dry, cool place. You should never use cold water on your hot skillet as it will crack and ruin it. Remember, always use plenty of oil and keep your skillet dry, and you're sure to keep this kitchen jewel for generations to come. Enjoy!